Hi guys, Damien here from Cheeky Monkey Squash, and today we're going to review a match between James Ethan and myself from last night. Bit of context for this one: the match is half hour timed, two 15-minute halves. It's a handicap style match. So with this one I started on an 8-point head start. For those of you who don't know James, he used to play at a PSA level, got up to about 250 in the world. It was quite a handy opposition. Reads the game really well. My intent for the game was I wanted to try to dominate the tee, take the ball as early as I could, and take him in short where I could. James showing his skills there. The body showed the cross court, but played it quite hard down the line. Now, mentally, start of this game, I was actually a little bit nervous. Took a couple of points just to kind of settle down, which I shouldn't have been, because James and myself are training partners, played each other a couple of times, but in this one I kind of wanted to really push myself and sort of see where the limits were. Great rolling nick there. He's got a habit of doing that. So it's at 5-11. That's where I kind of just had to have a bit of a chat to myself, say, alright, come on, you've been here before, settle it down, play your game. Big shout out to Corey Markham as well, who was there last night. Corey's from the ACT. He's up with his son Josh, who's one of the top juniors in the country. And Josh is doing a bit of a boot camp with East Coast Squash Academy this week. But Corey was there in my corner last night, just helping me get through it, piece together the game plan, and a nick of my own. As you can see, being very proactive about trying to take that tee, stay up high, and try to control the centre of the court. I probably played that shot a little bit too much last night. As we'll see by the end of the game, James starts to read it. Just a little bit impatient on that one. Had to pump it either back down the line or across court.
Right box, 42-63. 64.
Trying to watch a couple of rallies here. Did alright there, forced my way in front, which I try to tell a lot of the kids that I coach, force your way in front of your opposition, but just hit the arrow, and I was starting to sit back a little bit there, hence the reason I think James put in that post. I need to do a little bit of work on my serve at the moment. There's a slight pause on my backhand serve between the contact and when I actually start moving to the tee. It's still there on the forehand side as well, by the looks of that. It's just not quite as obvious. A little bit unlucky there. I was just trying to lob that up over James's head just to try to give myself time at the tee to settle down. I was a little bit lucky on that one as well. That was poor court awareness there, I'd say. I did that a few times as well. It's a good shot. Lifting the ball, just given time to get back to the tee, but I need to be watching James's contact there. If I was watching his contact a bit better, I would have seen that reverse angle. And on that last one there, I just wasn't high enough in front of James. I needed to be higher so I could cut back in. Nice cross. James is a very wristy player. It's not, I wouldn't say he's got a real traditional style swing, which can make him extremely handy and difficult to deal with at times. He's difficult to read, so to speak. I like that play. Sort of deliberately stepped in off the back foot to shove across and just pumped it down the line. Need to be quicker to move than that. Well punished, well put away. There we go, James. Nice little top spin drop. A little bit of a missed opportunity there. I should have been looking to volley that. Even though the racket wasn't quite there, I should have just been trying to throw the racket at it. That way I would have kept the tee. Both trying to exploit each other with taking it in short off that serve. As we can see, I'm starting to hang a little bit deeper. There's that movement back that I've got to try to improve. I need to start holding my ground at the tee a little bit better. That's better. Good length. Obvious stroke there. Punished for not trying to volley that. I think James exploited me several times on that backhand side on the serve. Just throwing at different heights, different paces. That was a nice drive. Again, opened up the body to shove across. Pumped it down the line. Read that well. Nice little drop. Now the idea of that drop wasn't necessarily to win the rally as such. I just wanted to sort of put a bit of movement into the legs. Sort of knew his momentum would be taking him backwards, so going in short again kind of works against the momentum. That one I was a little bit lucky with, that he didn't get across to a bit quicker because it came out due to some poor technique or some technique errors. That to me was interesting, the fact that that got him. Sort of told me that he was sitting back a lot higher. Good skid both there. As you can see, I'm trying to take everything before it gets to the back of the service box. Just trying to push the tempo. Now the downside of that is you can use a little bit more energy trying to force yourself in front, force yourself to be volleying everything. If you haven't already, do us a favour, hit that subscribe button, turn the notification bell on, that way you can catch all the squash action from around New South Wales, from in-house matches to tournaments, coaching videos and all the rest. A couple errors coming in here, that's 3 or 4 of them in a row. Just saw myself, come on, back to basics. Get that ball deep. Take the tee. Try to control the pace. I need to move forward a lot quicker then. That moment of delay opened up that drop winner. So I'm starting to get tired, so I'm not trying to drag the rallies out as much. And there was a little bit of a guess there, so it tells me that the focus was starting to drop off a little bit as well. Quick movement, great shot. You can see that look on my face there at the moment, going, you know, trying to work out the puzzle. That's a lot of errors back to back. Second burst wasn't as high as, well, wasn't as low as what I was going for there. Collecting the ball there was, and sort of holding on the racket for a second was just there to give myself enough time to try to think through the process. But that minute or so of lapse of concentration, all of a sudden I went from having about a 10-point advantage to now I'm only up by 2. Nice drive. A great lob there from James. The play caught me out a few times as well. Little boast, sort of squaring the shoulders up to the wall, showing that it's going straight, and then the last second he changes direction. That's good read. Good read, good line, good length. Lazy error there. So telling myself, should we just pump that back into that back forehand side? .34s. I did have a little bit of a laugh there, and the laugh wasn't so much that James missed it, it was the fact that my lack of court awareness of where my opposition was meant that I played the ball straight back to him, and I don't think either one of us was expecting that to happen. And James is only just coming back from injury. Towards the end of last year, he actually injured himself playing myself. So I think it was a leg injury from memory. That happened a couple of months back. He's only just starting to get back in the swing of things. It's good to see him back in court. You can see the error there. I was going for a Mizuki and didn't quite work for me. 39-38, and we're at half time. Second half, it's 39-38. Right. Yeah, during the half-time break, Corey Markham from the ACT, he was sort of having a bit of a chat to me and adjusting the game plan. What he said to me was that I need to work James more on his backhand side. And I actually liked the way Corey gave his advice. Most people, they try to... Oh, great shot. Most people, they try to give the advice of just play down the wall, just play down the wall. Just focus on hitting deep. Corey's advice wasn't quite like that. He was happy, he seemed like he was happy with the variety, but he just wanted me to work James more on the backhand side. Because James's forehand is much more of a weapon than his backhand. It probably took me a few points to actually start trying to put that into action. Nice little hold on the post there. You just saw I didn't send that post ultra wide. I wanted that ball to sort of have its second bounce before the sidewall, which takes time away from the opposition. Good manipulation of the wrist by James to send that straight into that backhand corner. And the last two times we've played, James has absolutely demolished me. Well, the last two comp games we've played, he's demolished me by about 20, 30 odd points both games. What I will say is this game was a lot closer. That could be in part because he's coming back from injury. Also, the break over Christmas kind of allowed my body to freshen up a little bit as well, so I was moving a little bit better, and I've been getting back into training, so not gassing quite so early. So I think that this game being a lot closer is a combination of many things. Lifting the ball up, as you could say, I was under pressure. Nice, another nice lob. Yeah, I was tempted to fake this, but then that ball sort of bounced and got extremely tight to that side wall. So it didn't give me the opportunity to go for the fake like I wanted to. And I got a little bit lucky with it. 46-45. Now, most people would say if you're watching this, I've just hit way too many errors. And to a degree, I would agree with that. But then I also look on the other side of it, for those who watch me play high risk, high reward sort of player, that the downside of playing high risk is the fact that you're not going to get it right all the time. So I do like going for my shots where I can and playing with the fine margins, but then sometimes I'm going to have moments where I hit a few errors. To James's credit, last night he didn't really give me many shots where I could really go for anything. I was expecting a let out of that. I actually thought there was room to play, but refs deciding that it was a stroke. I was calling the let because I was more worried about the ball contacting him. But I think looking at that, they were probably worried about my follow through hitting him with a racket. Ooh, that one there, I actually thought he got it up. From the angle I was at, I didn't see that it hit the tin. Hence the reason I applaud him for honest play there, but it was obvious on the camera that it was down. What I've got to give James when we do play, he's a very honest player. Won't take something that's not his. That makes it extremely enjoyable to play with him. Tough competitor, but extremely honest. I like to see myself trying to step up and take these serves a little bit earlier. Just giving him a bit too much time. He read the boast, but should have just been straight down the line.
27, aren't you, Chris? Sorry? You're 27. Age? Yeah. 32? 35. Oh, 35. Oh, just 1 year old.
The reason for the volley cross there is because most players, after that situation, would be moving back towards the tee. So I was wanting to hit the ball against his momentum. James, being the player he is, I think he realises when the ball's going to get put away and conserves energy. Got a lucky bounce there. That was a reaction shot. It was meant to go in this back corner, but it hit the corner itself and kind of just didn't really get a true bounce out of that corner. Good lob, got himself back in position. Yeah, I find when your opponent does a lob like that where they're just lifting it to get back in position, I like to hit that drive a little bit shorter. So the first bounce is around the front of the service box. So I want to try to take out any real opportunity for them to stay in the rally. A bit of an odd rally, this one. I had the chance to call the let and get the stroke. For whatever reason, I half pulled out of a shot but still played the shot. And then I think James almost fed me a couple back, and it was almost like neither one of us won that last rally. At this point, I'm absolutely gassed. As you can see, kind of walking back to that tee. Mentally, here I'm trying to negotiate with the body to keep fighting, to keep going. But there's just nothing left in the tank. In hindsight, I'd probably lift the ball a little bit more, try to buy a little bit more time. But on the other hand, I was not wanting to really show that I was gassed and had nothing left in the tank. That one there, I got onto the ball early and then changed my mind. The original thought was going to be to volley drop straight, and then I tried to go for the volley cross-court drop and ended up shanking it because I was in two minds about what shot to play. Good drive. That's the advantage of an early racket prep. Being that the racket was up as early as what it was, I had heaps of options there, and then it was just a matter of trying to listen for my opponent to know where James was so I could decide where I needed to hit it for winner. But if the racket was down as I was moving to that ball, then I wouldn't have had as many options and wouldn't have been able to hold it. That one, again, I don't actually think was a stroke. As you can see there, I'd kind of stepped out to play it on the forehand side when the ball was on the backhand side. I was probably lucky to get away with that. Yes, at lower levels, definitely. But whilst James didn't really clear, I also didn't really make an attempt to go play the ball either. And I think at this level, that's a big factor to try to take into account. Is yes, the non-striker has to try to clear the ball, but the striker also has to show an intent to go play the ball. They can't be looking for the man. Good volley. Like I've got another little bit of the bit of energy here. Doesn't last long, but sort of just trying to, as I said earlier, trying to negotiate with the body to keep going, keep fighting through it. Yeah, in this time sort of system, we don't actually get to see the clock, so we have no idea how long's left in the match. But you get a feeling, and in around here, I thought we were sort of starting to come to the end, but wasn't 100% sure about exactly how much time we had left. Again, going for another Mizuki, didn't hit it right. When you're going for it, you need to take it out early and really watch your contact. Sneaky little change of direction there. There was nothing really in that. It was just sort of guiding the ball to the other side of the court. Here we go. Good change of direction there as well. This is where I'm a little bit disappointed with myself last night, is the fact that I stayed right up in it, and then there was these lapses. And there wasn't many, but there was a couple of lapses of focus and concentration. And in this game, we'll see another one of those moments shortly. I get 3 points or so ahead here. And from here, with 2.5 minutes left, I should have been able to keep going on with it. But the match ended up being a lot closer than what I think it should have been at this point. When you look and go, there's 2 minutes left. I should have been looking to drag a couple of longer rallies out and not be trying to rush it quite so much there. That could have been just a centered cross court, pumped into the backhand side, and I could have kept control of the tee and the rally. So I put it into the 10, followed by that error there, and all of a sudden we're back within a point. I think everyone's got ideal swing zone of where they like to hit the ball. James's last serve there just came into that sweet spot for me. That was a clever play, the lob, but then the boast I don't think was needed. Could have just been a straight drop and it would have been more effective than that boast. The boast actually gave him time to get down there and keep the ball in play. Went for the nick there, just missed it. Unfortunately for myself, James was there. Nice little cross-court drop. $70-69, 30 seconds to go. Who do you think is going to win this game? Take it out. there we go. I hope you enjoyed that match. It was great fun to be a part of. Thanks to James for the hit last night. Hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget, hit that subscribe button, turn the notification bell on, and I'll see you in the next video.